Yeah, the Bahrain Grand Prix has come and gone, and what an interesting Grand Prix. We continued from where we were last year when the Red Bull in the hands of Max Verstappen is gone, Otilo, and the others scamper for points. We had a very tough battle behind him, a very good battle that makes sense. Very beautiful battle. We see the Ferraris battling the Mercedes and McLaren, the Aston Martin. Yeah, and behind we have a lot of battles. The Hulkenberg, the V-Cab, an interesting race aside from the lonely at the top. The remaining 19 we enjoyed. It's a carryover from last year, you know. Sincerely, other teams have moved forward. Teams like Ferrari, Mercedes, McLaren, and Aston Martin, they've really moved forward. V-Cab had moved forward too. We have Williams too moving forward, but we have Alpine moving backward. Yeah. Aside from the accident Nico Hulkenberg had in the beginning of the race, I think Haas has some pretty decent pace. They could have been ahead of VCAP. It could have been like 11th or thereabout. It shows that they have some good pace, decent pace on the Haas. Now, from the graphic data, we can see that Max Verstappen has the pace in his hands and he knows how to bend the pace. Aside from Max Verstappen, another driver that had a lot of pace is Charles Leclerc, but he was unable to maximize the potential of the pace he has and made a lot of mistakes, especially in the first and second stint of the race, that cost him the position he was. And also, another driver that had a lot of pace, Carlos Sainz, was able to use the pace, especially in the first sector and the second sector, to push his teammate and also push George Russell to get third position in which he got. Also, Lewis Hamilton has a lot of pace. I said it in the FP3 qualifying video that from what I was looking at, he had to trade some pace of the qualifying run for the long run, and I think it paid off. They saw a decent pace, but it was not like we expected. But he has decent pace, especially in the last stint of the race. He has a very good pace, and I think if he had qualified above, he could have given the Ferraris a real run for their money and possibly given Perez problem. It shows that these teams are moving forward seriously and they are trying to improve the car and get the best out of the car. Now, if Red Bull is going to improve that car to a podless car, it shows they've gotten the car. Serious. They've gotten that concept. They are going to make it podless. It's going to be very tight. The Ferrari have good pace, like I said. My rating today, I'll say Red Bull, Ferrari, Mercedes, McLaren, and Aston Martin. Then the rest. And those are the main 5 contenders. But the Red Bull are out there on their own. The remaining 4 are scrambling, struggling for pace, trying to get out to maximize the best of what they can do. So let me just tell you how the race went. Starting, Max Verstappen was able to jink himself up into the first position, taking out Charles Leclerc and George Russell so that they won't be ahead of him, so that he can have the control of the race, in which he had pretty simple. He was able to get in front, and from there onwards, he understood how to move. And one of the benefits the Red Bull are having is in the straight, they understood their flaw, and they're having a decent pace in which they understand on the straight line, they can really give it all, and on the corners, they know how to manage it. So on the straight line, they were able to give everybody. And if you look at it, in every sector, Max Verstappen dominated. In every sector, he was having, in sector 1, he was about 3 full tenths faster than the next person to him in sector 1, who is Alonso. In sector 2, he was about 7 tenths faster than Charles Leclerc, who was closer to him in sector 2. And in sector 3, he was about 2 tenths faster than Carlos Sainz, who was next to him in sector 3. That is massive pace. That is about 1.2 whooping seconds faster than everybody per lap, which gave him 22 seconds ahead of the next person, that is his teammate Sergio Perez. That's the largest gap in a race. Him getting ahead, that is the end. Lewis Hamilton pushed. Looking at what Mercedes did, the Mercedes was very uncompetitive. They have moved forward, but it's still like they've moved forward, but the goalpost had been taken away. That is, the Red Bull had also moved forward. The Ferrari that we thought are closer to the Red Bull, the goalpost had shifted. So if Mercedes and Ferrari were in the same league, they would have toughened it out. But the Ferrari were a little bit faster than them. Today, Ferrari were able to shine. It's not that they were faster, they were able to shine. They were able to do better today. Aside from that, they are just on the same pace. The McLaren, they look better, but not in the league of the Mercedes and the Ferrari. I think the McLaren are still in the league of Aston Martin. The Aston Martin did a good job, and we just have those 5 teams in the top 10. The data still shows they are way ahead, but with the understanding that they all have, especially the Mercedes said they have with this car, they should be able to come better, faster. They should be able to bring upgrades that they said they are bringing that will close up the gap. Now they have a better car, they have a better understanding. Their drivers should be able to understand this car better and to give them feedback that would help them bring updates that will be faster. McLaren are also bringing upgrades in 5 to 6 races. Now, if McLaren are bringing upgrades in 5 to 6 races and Red Bull are saying they are bringing upgrades by the 4th race, it means they are going to increase the gap. There's no cost cap now. Red Bull are going to increase the gap. So who will now catch them? Who will chase them? It seems this season is over. I don't know what else to say. I think this video is even ended because this just shows that by next race, if we don't see any improvement from all these teams, the season is gone. They've lost it. Nobody to challenge Red Bull again. Nobody to challenge Max Verstappen because Sergio Perez does not even understand the car. He's struggling with the car the same way he struggled with last season's car. And that means the season is gone. What else can we do? I'll give you more analysis and data later because this is just heartbreaking. We thought it would be a very interesting season, but at the end of the day, it's just the same thing we are going through over and over again. The same Red Bull winning, everything. It's just something else. The qualifying was closer. We thought to be closer during the race. I'll bring another video. Yeah, bye.